Hello there. Hey, I am coming on here just a minute. Hang on. I'm trying to get my mic set up and I'll be right there. Hang on just a second. I think my sound is working. Oh, I had some sound problems here this morning and Stephanie had sound problems yesterday. Now, where am I? My picture. Let's see. Let's try this. Hello. We made it. Welcome, welcome, friends. Good to see all of you. I hope you are having a awesome and blessed day today. Ken here at the Stamps of Life in Orange County, California. Welcome. Let's see who is here. We've got a few of you. Let's say hi to Ellen and Nancy and Shelby, Sylvie, Bonnie and Dawn, Diane, Karen. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. For what are we in? February, in the middle of February already, February 11th. Happy to have all of you here. We have a fun time planned together. My mic kind of looks weird, but it looks like it's working okay. I'm not used to this. I have a different mic here. Maybe I can center it a little bit more. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to do this backwards. A mirror. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm going to turn this off 1 second. I'll be right back on. I don't know if that helped much, but I tried. Usually I have a collar or something that I can connect it to, so it's kind of on my t-shirt, but hopefully it sounds okay. Again, I hope everybody's having an awesome day here at the Stamps of Life. We're doing great. Nice weather. We are supposed to get a ton of rain later this week, so that is something in Southern California. We need rain, and so we plan on having a lot of rain in a couple of days. It is still cold. What else is new? Let's see. If you haven't been on the Stamps of Life website in a couple of days, we had our Super Sunday event, and then also our, let's see if I can find this stuff. Also, last Thursday night, we had a special release on Crafting Corner. So there is a lot of fun stuff on the website. So I just want to show you that real quick if you haven't been there. And let's see if we can find that. Great. I didn't make a slide for it, but we will be having a store day next week. If you are in Southern California, plan on that. Next Monday on President's Day holiday, we will be open 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here in Laguna Hills, California, right off the 5 freeway, real easy. So if you are in Southern California, you have the day off on next Monday, President's Day, come by and see us. I will be here. Faylene will be here half the time. Maria will be here. And I'll have the Stamps of Life store pretty much stocked with all the stuff from like the last year and a half. And that will include the new items that I'm going to show you right now that are on the website. So come by if you're in the Southern California area. Mark your calendars. Say, I'm going to stop by and see Ken. I'm going to do it this time. I would love to see you guys. Okay. So if you are in the Southern California area, please stop by. We'll have a good time. I don't have a lot of time to goof off while you're shopping, but I will be here. We'll have a good time. Okay, so here are the items on the website. If you miss Super Sunday with us, we have the hot dog mini slimline. And these first two are still, 3 items are still on flash sale. So you can get some extra good deals. You know, we don't normally have sales around here, you know, as far as we don't discount items very often later in the future. So when you see flash sale, that's going to be like the best price you can get. So jump in if you like this. Football season just finished up. So this is a nice background die for like a sports card for a grandson or son, dad or husband who likes football. Those are nice backgrounds that will fit right on the front of your A2 card. The hot dog was really awesome. Stephanie made one. She made it to where it had a little bite coming out of it. That was cool. And then we have this really beautiful kind of pink rose gold holographic paper. Stephanie showed that off the other day. That's on flash sale. And then this is awesome too. This is our new, think of, this looks just blank right here, but you can store your markers on these. It's a blending brush holder. So your blending brush, markers, scissors, all kinds of stuff that you normally keep on your workstation, on your table. You can add it all to these and it will hold it. And so if you watch the Super Sunday video, Stephanie shows some ideas for that as well. Let me see if it shows any pictures with, but you can hold a lot. I was amazed. She kept adding all these different items to it. Yeah, so if you watch that video, that's right there, you'll see that. And then back to our main page. Let me show you. So this one kind of looks plain, this background, but when you see the cards, it's really nice. And Stephanie was saying now if you add a little ink to it, it really makes the dies pop out. So there you have, there's a background idea. Go team go. Ooh, super happy birthday. See how if you just do some blending there on the edges, it really makes it stand out. Same thing. That just kind of fills in those lines. The stitching the dies looks really good. So that is on the website. Let's see. I do have a question for you guys. I forgot my icebreaker question. Oh, there are a couple more things. From the 7th, the He Is Risen card front. That'll fit right on the front of an A2 card. There's a Friends Forever dies. The limited edition wax set, this is starting to get a little bit low. So if you think you want that one, grab that. And I think that is it. There was a bunny folded on here that sold out. We will get that back in stock. So hang in there for that. That will come back on sale, available again. You guys, I do need your help for one thing today. My batteries are getting a little bit low on my mic. So if you happen to see or hear my mic cut out, please let me know in the chat. I'm watching the battery and it's getting a little bit low. I do have a backup mic, so I'll just have to switch things out. It'll just take me a second. But if my sound goes and I don't notice, post something in the chat or yes, bail me out somehow. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you because I'll be watching this screen where the sound is, but sometimes I don't pay attention to everything that I should. And hopefully we'll make it through this whole episode on this last little bit of battery. My question for you guys today are a little icebreaker. Now, this is where you have to participate and jump in. This is important that you guys do that. It's fun to get involved. And I love to always hear from you. And I don't want anybody to be shy or don't think anybody's going to make fun of you or any of that kind of stuff. So just jump in and answer this question. It will be on, you can post it right here in the chat. Okay, so post it right here in the chat. Where is my little, there we go. Post in the chat. My question for our icebreaker, just to get everybody involved, because I love to get your comments. You can comment on my card creations. You can comment on our games. You can comment on our fun facts, anything. We just love to hear from you. So our question is, what is your favorite candy bar? What is your favorite candy bar? So post that in the chat. This is just for fun, just for an icebreaker to kind of get things rolling here. And again, just want to get all of you involved. What is your favorite candy bar? And I like just kind of basic, not fancy ones, but just like one you'd get from the convenience store. I would just get like a Hershey bar, plain old chocolate, or maybe a Milky Way. Gosh, now there's too many. Or maybe Hershey's peanut butter cups. Those are good too. So those are some of my favorite. Let me know what you like, your favorite candy bar. And let's see what else is going on. We have a special. Let's see, who do we have here? Lori said, I'll pop up some of your guys' messages here so we can add you to my. So Jean says Kit Kats, and Bonnie says Milky Way. Yeah, Milky Ways. When I was a kid, yes, Three Musketeers. Three Musketeers when I was a kid, I did like those a lot more. Janet says lots to choose from. Kit Kat, Almond Joy. Lori says Hershey's milk chocolate. Every once in a while, I do even like the almond in there. Ooh, here's a fancy one. Valerie says dark Kit Kat. Question, Elizabeth says, will you have those stacks of cardstock ends? I might have a few this time. I might have a few. I do have some in the back. So if you get here, let's see, this was Elizabeth's question. We had these extra bundles of cardstock here, like they were the cutoff ends. They were probably like 3 by 8, and we were selling them for super cheap. So we did have a bunch. That was from our anniversary celebration. I think I do have some. So I will, if they're not out when you get here, Elizabeth, just let me know. Excuse me. And I'll try to run to the back and get some in the warehouse. So that's on our store day. Belinda says Hershey chocolate bar. Yes. Nancy says peanut butter cup. Bonnie Brown, ooh, she's got another one. Yes. Peanut butter eggs. That's like peanut butter cups. Those are good at Easter time, right? Upstairs Hobby says, I like dark chocolate. Good for you. Excuse me. Pamela's got a bunch. Payday, Take 5, Snickers. I think those all have nuts, huh, Pamela? You must be a nut person. Just teasing. Dawn says, let me kill my button here real quick. Gosh. Dawn says Milky Way Butterfingers before they change the formula. Wow, you can tell the difference. That's interesting. It's like when you have something successful, you probably shouldn't mess with it too much, right? That's at least my opinion. Sometimes it's good to try new things and maybe mix it up a little bit, but rather than if you have something that's a hit and everybody likes, why would you mess with that? Maybe you just need to have a different version of it, right? That's what I think. Who else? Belinda says Butterfingers. Elizabeth, yes. Okay, great. So thanks everybody for jumping in. We do have a new program. If you haven't seen, I haven't looked at this myself, but if you are a club member, we have a referral special going on this month. Let me see if I can find the slide that talks about it. If you log into your account, or even if you're not currently a club member, this works for you too. You log into your account and there's ways to, oh gosh, at least I'll show you the slide so you know about it, but probably by next week, I'll show you exactly how it works. So we have this program here. It is called Share the Love. I don't think I can add myself to the picture right now, but you can refer a friend and get a $10 gift card for you and for your friend. Now, some of our recent emails that were sent out had information about this, so I know there will be more details about it. But I also know there's a little more information here. You can earn this by logging onto your account. It says, click on my account. 3, copy and paste and share the unique code or enter the referral information and click send. So I think the best way to do that is to log into your account, like it says, click on my account, and you should see this information right there. So there's a little extra program. If you refer to somebody, your friend gets $10. This is $10, not points. It's not $10 off a $100 purchase, nothing like that. It is a $10 gift card for referring somebody. And the person who gets referred also gets $10. I think this is an unlimited offer, so you can share it with as many people as you want. And it's a great way to share your love for the Stamps of Life and get a little something extra. So if you know somebody who's been talking about joining the club, let them know about this offer. It'll be good for you and it will be good for them. Again, that's the Share the Love program. And let's see what else. Okay, let's go ahead and drop that one in there. We have a new card kit coming up. On that Super Sunday episode, Stephanie gave some great sneak peeks. So if you didn't get to see the Sunday episode where we introduced some new items, Stephanie did do a great sneak peek for the February card kit. It's going to be shipping on Monday. So get signed up right away. That will get you ready to go for the, the February card kit. Gosh, February, and we're halfway through. So that is coming up. So if you're a Card Kit Club member, you have something to look forward to. Today, we're also going to, we will look through, let's get rid of that. We're going to do our devotional at the end, our good news segment. So if you are following along with that, if you have your Bible, you want to be in Matthew chapter 25, okay? Almost to the end of Matthew. I think we have another 3 or 4 weeks to go. And we'll take a look at that. That'll be our good news segment at the end. I do have a game for us to try to do today. Like, remember last week we did Family Feud. That was pretty fun. But I have this other game. It looks a little bit harder, and so I'll definitely need your help. But then I'm not 100% sure it's going to work. But we're going to try. We're going to try because, like, I know it'll work for my end, but I'm going to be needing your help and your answers. And whether I can get the information you give me onto the screen, and we only have like 120 seconds to do it. I don't know, but we'll try. We'll see what happens. It should be fun. So looking forward to that. We have a folded die set today to look at and a collection of stamps and dies. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get started. Alrighty, our first item today. Where is it? You think I would be better at this by now, but let's start with this one. This is our Sundae to Stamp collection. What is it? Ice cream, stamps, and dies. And there are a bunch of them. We have the main collection. I'm going to put this over on my little desk over here so you can really see. And let's check that out. This was the main set here. If you were a club member, you would have received this. It was back in August of 2021. So there is your collection of stamps that you received. That was if you were in the stamp club. Now, if you were in the Die Hard club, you would have received also the dies that came with it. This was a popular set, August of 2021. So perfect for summertime cards. But hey, who doesn't like a Sundae anytime, right? Anytime is good for a Sundae. So that was the main collection, the club set. Let me see if I can put those there together. This is a reminder for you here. Remember what we do here on Take Two Tuesday? We are looking at items from the past. I better say this all because let me jump back over here. I didn't really introduce myself. Take Two Tuesday, what we do here at the Stamps of Life on Take Two Tuesdays, we go back in the past and we introduce some items to you that maybe you're new to the Stamps of Life that you're not aware of. So this is a chance for you to get caught up and see some fun things from the past that we do have available on our website. Some of them were club items. So it kind of gives you a taste of what we do in our club. And then some of them are just things that are on the website, like extras, add-ons. And then, so if you are new, great for you. Take Two Tuesday is a kind of look back at the past. But for those of you who already have these items, this is a reminder for you that you want to use them. So if you have your Sundae stamps and dies, you want to break them out. It's fun to get something out that you kind of had forgotten about, right? And get them out and use them. Let's see. Here's the add-on collection. So this was not part of the club, but you could definitely use this along with the other ones that we had. It is called More Sundae to Stamp. You got the stamp set and the die set there. And we'll check it out here on the website too as well. We have more information there. So you get a bunch of dies, a bunch of stamps. Let's see. Let's swing over to our website. I do have that marked. So if you go, whoops. If you go on the website and you just type in Sundae, this is going to pop up. And you have our main collection there. Remember, our stamps are made in the USA. So these are going to be nice, high quality stamps. They're going to create awesome impressions. And then you will see it. This club set has 13 stamps on it on a 4x6 plastic sheet. And then you have your card samples. You can roll through there. And this one will probably have a bunch in the gallery too. You see this little view idea gallery that's down there. You just want to scroll through those, get all this good information from our design. It looks great on a slimline card. See that? It will fit on an A2 size card front as well. Now, if you add more ice cream to the top, your cone's going to get a little taller, so you will want to have slimline. There is an example on the front of an A2 card. And then you can see the add-ons. You have the dies. The dies will show up down here, and then the additional More Sundae to stamps and dies. And then a lot of them will have some other samples. Let's see real quick if there is anything different on this one here. It looks like it has the same samples here. Oh, let's scroll through those real quick. Yeah, these are all the same. But I have some nice ones to share with you here in studio. So I want to do that real quick. Let me click back over here. Nope. So I've got a bunch of them here. I'm going to add them. I'll show you over here on our table, okay? Let's see if I can get rid of that one little thing down there on the bottom. My name's going to disappear for a bit. You know me, Ken. All right, here we go. Oh, I got to fix this one. Looks like the bow has got a little bit. Ooh, what happened to this bow here? Well, interesting. Okay. That bow got a little bit goofed up. It must have got smashed in one of our boxes. So let's see if I can get that out. Oh, I don't even think it was part of the card. That's why it wasn't right. So here we go. Here's our samples on an A2 size card there. It looks like a scallop border on that card. And it says how sweet it is. Lots of room to write in there. And this looks like it's a mini slim line. And that's right there on the front. Of course, somebody is calling me now. They don't realize I'm live. This is cool, it says. Fun ice cream. Nice pattern paper, then back some type of sprinkles and with some epoxy dots and ribbon. Ooh, this is an interesting one. 5x7 card. 5x7. How many of you like to make 5x7 cards out there? There's a good example. 5x7. Great idea. Idea card. If you're in the club, you might have that still around. And here we are back on like a mini slim line. Pretty color, sweet dreams, it says. Really nice. There's some, I don't know if the camera picks that up, but there's some sparklies on there, which makes it really stand out. And that was a You're So Sweet card. Here is a dotted oval on your background die there. If you're wondering what that is, this is a dotted oval. That's on the Stamps of Life website. And then we have that triple. I'll move this out of the way. It is a full-size slimline card all built up. Awesome. So those are our samples. We're going to go over and check it out. Now, I do have some fun facts for Sundays. I was looking into this, and there's like arguments about where the Sundae was invented or discovered or who made it first. So we'll read about that here in just a second. But a question for you as we're going on is, if you were to make an ice cream sundae and you could have up to 3 scoops, what would you pick? You can do all vanilla if you want, or all chocolate, or whenever I think of a sundae, I think of vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. So what scoops of ice cream would you add to your sundae if you could choose any flavors? Now, another one I really like is like cookie dough. Can't go wrong with that. Cookie dough ice cream. And I've gotten a taste for like chocolate chip. When I was a kid, I didn't really care for chocolate chip, you know? So what kind of ice cream would you add to your sundae? You could have up to 3 flavors. Add that in the chat, okay? Add it in the chat just for fun. Everybody jump in. Let us know what kind of ice cream you like. Now, I'm going to tell you something. While you're adding that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find our facts. And I will read some of this to you. Let's see. Okay. Yes, here's our facts for our fun facts. Because you can't be too serious about sundaes, right? It's just ice cream. But let's read what they want us to know about ice cream. Here we go. And I will switch my on there. I'm just going to read off this screen. And I hope you can see this, that it's readable. Maybe on a tiny phone it's not, but on a larger screen. It says, this is some company sundaes. They're just promoting themselves as company, but here we go. Sundaes usually consist of 1 or more scoops of ice cream topped with sauce or syrup. Some may want toppings such as sprinkles, whipped cream, maraschino, cherries, and other fruits such as banana and pineapple. All this is making me hungry. This makes it into one fun dessert. Okay, the original debate. It says several American localities have claimed to be the birthplace of the original ice cream sundae. These include Wisconsin, Illinois, New York, Louisiana, and Ohio. So everybody is vying for the title of the Sundae ice cream city, I guess. Each one has their own story of how they accidentally concocted the great dessert from the usual ice cream. So I did find some other websites where there is even more information, and they have rivalries and the cities, and sometimes they play pranks on each other, and they're very into it. But okay, here we go. Its name, the dessert was originally called Sundae soda, or ice cream enjoyed with soda on Sundae, so like a float. However, there was a controversy that the dessert, this is kind of funny, was too fancy for a Sabbath or Sundays. That is why instead they served the dessert without the soda and then changed the spelling of the name into Sundae with an E in order not to offend the church. Wow. Now, I know my church would not be offended by Sundae ice cream. So I don't know. I guess this was a big different time period, like it was like the late 1880s or something like that, the information I found. So Sundays are undeniably great. And then it tells you where you can get more about Sundays. You can buy it from them and go shop with them. But the extra information I was finding, it was supposed to be like they had those little, this is back a long time ago, they would have little shops where you could come in and get ice cream. Ice cream was at one time a luxury, like only the rich people had it. And it became more it became more accessible to more people. And the story was the guy started serving ice cream, like it said, on Sundays, and he just added different toppings, and they just started going crazy with all this different stuff. Some things were hits and some things were misses. So probably the things that we enjoy now today, like the whipped cream or the chocolate or hot fudge or those kind of things, that is kind of the standards now. Probably some of the things that they were doing were weird combinations and they didn't last. But it became popular and everybody said, no, it started here. Who or where it really started, we don't know. We'll never know. All right, enough of that. Let's go over and check out what we can do with this. I'm actually going to use, rather than the club set, I'm going to go ahead and use the add-on set. And I have an idea of something we can do with this. So let's move on over here to our workstation. I see that's okay. I think that looks pretty good. And I'm watching my sound, so hopefully this continues on for this episode without a break. I will glance over there every once in a while. So if you get a spot where the sound goes out, pray for me that I will look at the sound indicator and I'll realize it goes out and I'll switch over to the other mic. Okay, here is the club set. We're going to put that to the side. We could use that. I can make an nice ice cream here. I'm trying to fit this onto an A2 card. And yeah, well, I have an idea. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the add-on set, the more Sundae to stamp. And I'm actually, for this creation, this part of the video, I'm just going to use the dies today. So we're going to try to just make something fun out of these dies. So I do have some colors in mind. Let's go ahead and open these up and see what we can do. Again, if you're new to die cutting, this is a die cutting machine right here. Now I'll zoom back a little bit so you can see. This might be new to you for some of you. Now, some of you are pros and you'll go, you don't have to explain this to us, Ken. But I bet there's somebody out there who might not know. So over here, you have this, on this die machine, you have this handle that spins around and it moves this platform. And these dies are made out of metal and they do actually have a little blade here. They're not sharp to our skin, but these blades will cut into paper, cardstock, and you'll be able to take these images and actually make something out of cardstock, out of paper, that can be creative. And in this example, we're going to add it to a card front. You could make a cone like this and add it to a bulletin board or a scrapbook page, or maybe just some decorations. You want to have a calendar. You want to add, like summertime, you want to add a little ice cream cone to your calendar just as decoration. You can do that. But here we're going to make this with these 4 dies, and we are going to add it to a card front. That's our plan today, because we mostly make cards around here. Every once in a while we show something different. But you can always think outside of the box. Maybe you're totally into card making, awesome, fun. But there are other ways to use these dies too. And I think as you find different ways to use them, you obviously it becomes more valuable to be, because whatever you purchase and you find more ways to use it in, it's different ways to make other people smile or be happy or just to have fun. Seeing something creative you made is fun, because myself, And a lot of other people out there, we're not always that creative, right? So when somebody sees you being really creative, I think it might kind of inspire them or cause them to smile. Don't we want to make some people smile? I think that's a good thing today. Alrighty, let's see. So I'm going to get these ones out of here. We're going to go ahead and run this through. We're going to make our cone first. And this is kind of like a ginger snap color. We call it ginger snap on our website. It might be called craft to you, but on our website it's called ginger snap. And you can use this color of card in so many different card creations for card bases, like for cookies or at Christmas time. It's a popular one. This and like what else is really popular at Christmas? Like the cranberry, our real dark red, or spearmint, like a Christmas green. And we'll bring that back. So what's happening is this die, this roller, just smashes that die right down into that paper and it'll cut out a shape for us. So I ran that through. And there is the bottom of our cone. And I'll be done with that piece there. And let's see, we're going to go vanilla ice cream. I mean, this is white ice cream, so at least the background of it. But we'll add a little flavor in the front to give it some color. But if you like vanilla, you could just make a vanilla cone. Let's go and run that through there. Whoop, no, we don't want the cone. What am I doing? I need the ice cream part. Ugh, I almost messed that one up. Almost messed that up. We're going to run this. This will kind of be like the shadow to our ice cream. We'll do that. Run that through real quick. And this is quick. We'll put everything together. So far we have our, let's see, we have our ice cream, which looks like vanilla. We're not going to leave it vanilla. It could be. It could be. So if you just wanted a vanilla cone right there, quick and easy. But we want to make it a little more exciting than that. So let's get this kind of fun grid die that will add some interest to our ice cream cone. This looks like a maybe grape pearl paper from the Stamps of Life. And I'll rotate that around, just try to get the most out of that. And let's go and run that through the machine. Ooh, yeah, I think that will work. I don't think I need the outside die. Let's see. Did I need the outside die on that one or not? I don't think I did. I think there was a blade there. Oh, I did. So I goofed that one up. We're going to have to run that through again. So this type of die, it didn't have the blade on the edge, so it just presses in there and kind of embosses. So I'm going to have to run this through one more time. But see, I need this die around it on the outside in order to cut it out. So let's go ahead and try to run that through there. I think it'll maybe stay in place. I'm not going to mess with it. Let's just do a full new one here. So I goofed up on that one. I didn't make that mistake yesterday when I was practicing with the die, so I'm surprised that I did today. But hey, these things happen, right? These things happen. Just a little mistake. No big deal. It's not like I glued the card together or done something at that point. It's just creating my die cuts. I had messed that up. So again, here you see that was there. And now I have my, this is how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to really cut out. It does have a little extra divot there. I didn't quite get it right, but I don't think it'll be noticeable. I can cover that. So you get all those little extra pieces out, make a big mess here. Yeah, let's see if I can zoom back in a little bit. I'm getting a little farther away now. Okay, and we've got that. Looks like my sound's still okay. Good, good, good. Get all those extra pieces out. Looks great. Let's see how we're coming along now. So I have, this would be the bottom of my card. It would have been smart for me to have used the adhesive sheet here. I could have just peeled this off and made it a sticker. But that's okay, no big deal. And let's see, we're getting there. One more color. Let's add one more color. Get that out of the way. This is something nice and bright. We'll try this for we'll layer this on top of the vanilla. And I don't think it'll look like a real ice cream, but I think the colors all together will look pretty sharp. So let's see what we get. You can use, again, think outside the box, any kind of colors you want. You know, we're used to like chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, but there's all kinds of ice cream flavors and all kinds of ice cream colors. So make the ice cream be what you want it to be. It can be anything. All right, let's see what we have now. Ooh, this is looking good. So we'll layer that on, where are we going? This way. All right, let's start. Let's get our adhesive out and let's start putting this all together. That's what we're going to do next. So I have my 4 pieces here of cardstock that I've cut out. I'm going to go ahead and move my machine out of the way for now. And let's see, here is this is a secret weapon, which is not really a weapon, but if you want to do stamping, this is really great to have. I'm not going to stamp right now. Let's see if I can get that center. But this will really make your stamping impressions when you use the stamps like these clear stamps. You put them on a block and then you stamp onto this underneath your cardstock. Really, really helps. I have adhesive and I don't want to get any of the adhesive on here. So let's see. I need some scratch paper here to put this adhesive on. Again, just trying to keep things neat. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add some. Whoops, is that working? There we go. Let's get some on there. This will be the top of our ice cream. Perfect. I'll show you that. So we've got that piece there. That looks nice. Layered, really looks super good. And now we have to do the same thing to this. We're going to add this onto here. Let's see, how will we do this? Let's put that face down and we'll put some adhesive on here. And I want to make sure there's quite a bit on there to make sure this really stays. And we're going to add this to the front of that. There's our cone. I do have a little goofy spot over there, but I think my ice cream is going to cover that. So that's what we're going to try to do. So I'm really going to push that down. Stephanie says sometimes you can burnish this, kind of really press these together so they hold together. Awesome. And then we are going to, let's go ahead and we are going to layer that right on top of like that. Ooh, I'm too far away. Let me get a little closer for you guys. Okay, so that's looking good. We just need a little adhesive here on the back. Now, if you're joining late, don't worry, this is taped and you'll be able to watch it at a later time all the way at the beginning. So you really haven't missed anything if you're late getting here, but we're happy you're here and there's no, if you're on time, awesome. If you can't make it quite on time, great. So there's my ice cream cone. That's looking good. Now I just want to add it to a card front. And I do have so I'm going to go ahead and get some more adhesive on here on the back. And again, this is pretty basic, but just showing you how the dies work. And I do have a card front here that I want to add this to. So this card front was created, and I'm just kind of recycling it and reusing it. And see if we can get that on there. Okay, great. So there I have it. I have my ice cream cone on here. Pieced it all together. It says happy birthday. And wasn't that easy? That really was pretty easy. Now, some other designer made this nice card. I just added this little extra decoration on there. But that is the More Ice Cream Cone Ice Cream Sundae. More Ice Cream Sundae die set. I didn't use the stamps. This is just dies. If you use some glitter paper, add some sparklies on here, you could really fancy up this card real quick. So that was my idea for that. Again, you have the option. You could use the cone, or I'm sorry, the dish, and that would fit here on the A2. And if you just wanted this to just go strictly, like if you were making your card be vertical, it would definitely fit on there just like that, right up and down on the bottom. But I think it looks kind of fun like that, little different look. And so you might like that. If you have this, a reminder for you, if it's long lost or forgotten about, you've placed it way down at the bottom of your crafting drawer and you forgot you had it, hopefully this will be a reminder for you to go ahead and grab that and use that again. And again, for you, those of you maybe who weren't in the club when this collection came out, you can go, whoops, to the Stamps of Life website. And all four, see if I can get that to show up, all four of these items are available. Those two go together, and I don't have the full, but there is a die set that's these pieces here. These you can also go together. So this is the more Sundae, this is the regular Sundae, nice combination, and they can all kind of work together and be used together too. Lots of fun sentiments on here. What's the scoop? How sweet it is, it says. On this one you have, if I can read these, go sprinkle or go home. Hope your birthday is the sweetest. So some fun sentiments on there, sweet dreams, all that's available on the Stamps of Life website. So check that out, stop by. Of course, all the card ideas I showed you will be on there. Let me get, before we come back, I want to get my machine. I will need this when we come back over here with our fold it. So let's go ahead and bring that over here. Kind of get ready for our next round. Here's our extra die. Get our plates. Hey, this is amazing. So far, I haven't lost anything today. Can you believe it? Usually when I come over to this little table in this little space, I always manage to lose things. But today, not yet. I'm on a roll. Hopefully we can keep this going, right? Hopefully we can keep this going. Okay, so that was Sundae to Stamp from the Stamps of Life website, all designed by Stephanie Bernard, my wife, and she does lots of awesome artwork. If you aren't a club member, I'm sure you would love it. So think about joining. All the information for our clubs is on the website. Let's see if we got any chat here. Okay, Nancy says, so cute. Karen says, love the cone. Oh, now what happened to me? What happened to me? Something is going on here. This happened last week too. It says, your browser had lost connection to your camera. Ugh, that is not good. Let's start our camera. Why did it do that? I'm back. It's just something's goofy about the system here. It's just doing something all on its own. I don't know. Let's see, some of our ice cream treats. I'm going to pop these up here because this, like I said, I'm getting hungry. So why not talk about ice cream a little bit more? Belinda says she likes Rocky Road, salted caramel, pralines, and cream. Yum. Karen says she loves ginger snap. I don't think that's ice cream. I think it's cardstock. Let's see. Why can't you guys sell the platinum anymore? Belinda, what the system was, we could barely make any money. Let me switch over to so you guys can see Belinda's question. We were just making maybe a few dollars when we would sell a machine. And of course, we want you to have the machines. But in order for us even just to make a few dollars profit, we had to have Spellbinders ship it for us. Because if they shipped it to us and then we had to pay to ship it to you, we would not make it. We would lose money. So once they stopped doing that, they no longer offer, they call it drop shipping, where they ship it for us. We no longer have that availability, that opportunity. So we can't sell machines anymore. We're looking for a way to try to get a machine back on our website. I know you can still get like Spellbinders machines at Walmart. I saw them on there. I don't know if Costco sells them, but there are some places with some good prices still. So they're still out there. Hopefully, again, we will get a machine back on our website. We are working on it. So that's the reason for that. Let's see, back to ice cream. Lori says mint chocolate chip for her Sundae, Rocky Road, Chunky Monkey. What is Chunky Monkey? Janet says vanilla milk, mint chocolate chip. Yep. Now, see, when I was a kid, I didn't care for mint chocolate, but now I think I like it. Mocha almond fudge. That's good. Karen says chocolate or vanilla with raspberries. Yum. Janet says chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Awesome. Jean. Oh, let's see. Let's add somebody else up here. Jean says chocolate chip and cherry vanilla. Did I miss Janet? Janet was chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Awesome. We'll do a couple more here. Debbie says vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. Created blessings with Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Says vanilla, pistachio, and chocolate chip. Karen says chocolate. Yum. Can't go wrong with any of those, you guys. Okay, I think the sound is still working. I'm trying to keep an eye on that. Let's see. Let's move on. Next up. Oh, let's see. Let's get all our comments here. I need to switch my slide, make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay, well, yeah, I'll show you this part at least, and then we're going to do our game. And again, I don't know how it will go today, but we'll give it a try. It's just for fun. If it's a bomb, it might be too complicated. Not that the game's too complicated, because I think if we were all in the same room together, working together on it, it would be awesome. But since I'm on a screen and you're on the chat, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we're going to try. So I went to that website that I told you about last week that had also the Family Feud that we did, and that was good. But I was looking for another game just to mix it up. We'll go back and do the Family Feud one again, but I wanted to see if this other one will work. And again, we do these just for fun and to stretch our brains a little bit. Even crafting is a good way to stretch your brain by being creative, or like these word searches that we'll do, or the Family Feud game where we're asking questions, playing an instrument, or learning how to do things on your phone or your computer. They're all good things for our brains. So don't be afraid to try new things, and just that willingness to try. You know how things are, sometimes the first time you do it, it's really awkward. And then like 10 times later, it's getting really easy. And after you've done it like 100 times, you don't even think about it anymore. You can just naturally do it, or you naturally remember it, or it just becomes so much easier. But you have to try. You have to step out and do those things. That's how I think anyway. Just don't give up. Whatever it is you're trying to do, don't give up. Don't quit. Don't get discouraged. You can do it. That's what I think. I hope that encourages you today. That's not our good news segment, but I hope that encourages you today. Let's see. Let me switch my banner over here. And we're moving on to our next item. This is our Cat Fold It die set. And it is from, when is it from? March of 2021. So let me see if I can, I dropped one of the card samples. March of 2021. I don't think that focuses when I bring that up. That's a little bit blurry. But anyway, the Cat Fold It die set. And it has 2 dies. It is very fun, very popular, especially if you're a cat lover. And I do have some fun facts for our cats too. We'll get to that here in just a minute. If we go to our website, we have the ideas from our design team. Let's see if we can get those. Got them. Okay, here we go. So again, our Cat Fold It. And if you go on the website, you're going to see all the fun ideas. I think I have all these here in studio with me too, but let's scroll through them. If you're a cat lover, ooh, even for Valentine's, you see that right off the bat. Hey, that makes a nice Valentine's Day card. Now, if you have this from back in March of 2021, about almost 4 years ago, great idea for Valentine's Day. Maybe you have another critter, like what else do we have? We have the cookie dog we looked at a couple weeks ago. We have bears. We have, what other kind of foldits do we have? I know there's birds. All kinds of different foldits we have. Let's look down here. There's the cookie. There's a cat. There's a corgi. If you have any of these, they work for Valentine's Day. What do? Just add a little heart right there and stamp love. You have a Valentine's card. Not bad at all. There's the dies that you get, 2 of them. And here's some ideas where they've combined it. This is our fish tank to stamp, clear stamps and dies that used to make that. And there's a nice general idea. I'm going to make something similar to that one. And here's our orange cat and a little gray cat with his fish bones there. I love you, it said. And some balloons, wishing you a perfect birthday. Some fun ideas on the website. Lots of different things to see there. Let me show you the ones I have here. We'll do our game right out. We'll try to do our game. We'll see what happens, okay? Back to me. So I do have a few samples here. And again, these are 4 years old. So what is amazing to me is I actually developed a system where I can find some of these items. We have so many cards here, and we store them for things like this. When we want to bring something back from the past and talk about it, you really need to have the samples. When we would do trade shows, it was always the card samples that got people's attention. It was hard to understand what a stamp set on a wall or a die set on a grid what it would make. But when our customers would see the card samples, that really made a big difference. So I'm going to show you the samples I have. Samples are really, really important as far as encouraging people to get interested in something that at a trade show that you're selling. The samples really, really make a difference. It was always helpful for us. All right, here we go. Whoops, I need my little stage. I lost that. And again, I think most of these we saw on the website, but we do have them here in studio as well. Okay, this is a top fold, and with the folded card, you do have the option of making it on the side, so it could open here as well. I'm not sure if I have any samples that are side fold, but here's another. That's the one with the little fish tank. You're a great catch, it says. Good. And there's our gray cat. There's our Valentine's idea. Was this one on the side? Nope, that's on the top as well. And it looks like you see that little motion in there. They have used a wobble. Right now, we do have the regular size wobbles on our website. I just sent a shipment of mini wobbles to Utah. They should be on the website like probably Thursday or Friday. So wobbles are fun. It gives that little extra motion to your card. And let's see, a couple more. Oh, here's a side fold. So see how your fold can be on the side as well. All the other ones, it was up at the top, but here's one on the side. And then your card opens up like that. Nice. Here's that one with the balloons. Wishing you a perfect birthday. And a love you. And one more. Last one. And most of those were top, but remember, these will work awesome on, like I had said, fold-its really, really are awesome for card fronts. You can make it a folded card like we're talking about. This one you could also make into a box card. You could add little gifts in it, or you could add it to a bulletin board like we talked about. You can decorate. You could make a big, huge banner with a folded die like this. So there's lots you can do with the fold-its. Let's see, our game. We are going to try our game here. Then we'll do some fun facts with our cat. And let's see if we can do this. Okay, I got to switch over to this screen. Now I'm going to try to explain this to you. This might be the hardest part. So here's our game. Now there might be some ads, so I'm hoping they're all normal ads. I'll try to skip through them or whatever. I haven't paid for this to be a member of this website, so sometimes we still get ads. So basically what happens is behind this, we haven't started the game yet. But behind this screen, there is a bunch of letters, a row of letters. And in level 1, you have to get rid of all of this first level. Well, how do you get rid of the letters? You have to try to spell words. So if you see any words down here, this is where I'm going to need your help. There could be words under here too. They could be forwards, or they could be backwards. They could be up and down. So you got to look at all kinds of different ways. They can even be like this. So it could be going this way and then up. So they can go diagonal. As long as they're touching, they're allowed to be a word. So if you see a word, I guess what I need you to do, what I'll need you to do is tell me what line you see the word on. So tell me the word you see. See, I don't know if we can do this, but we're going to try. We're going to try our best because this is a little bit complicated. I probably should have picked a different game, but we're going to give it a try. So I have my game here. Let me see it. Was I showing you that? Oh, I'm not sure I was. Hang on. Oh, let's see. Let me go back to that again. Sorry, guys. I think I goofed that up a little bit. Okay, yeah, I didn't show you the game. So here we go. I'm going to show you what the game looks like, okay? Share the screen. Share. And that one. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Okay, so that's what the game looks like. And so we have these rows of letters. To get through level 1, we just have to get rid of all the letters that are on this top line. And how do we do that? You'll see when we get a word, they take away the letters and then it drops down. So this might be our practice time this first time. And then we'll see how it goes. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let me see what you see there. You can see me too. Great. So we will try. There's all these crazy ads down here. I'm going to try to turn those off once we start. And there might be some music. We might encounter some commercials. But this will be like our practice time to see if we think we can do this game or not. All right. So again, this is just for fun. But what happens if we get that first row, if we can get all these letters off of here, it'll drop down. We'll win round 1. Now, the key is we only have 120 seconds to do it. So that's 2 minutes. So if you see a word somewhere, tell me if it's near the top, if it's close to row 1 or 2 or 3, if it's going forward or backwards. That's the hard part. I'm going to be trying to read your chat comments. So here we go. Let's give it a try. I don't know, guys, but let's give it a try. This could be a bomb, but just for fun. Let's see. I can't see what you're looking at. So can you guys see now? Yes, it's a word search. It is a word search. And we're looking for words that can go forwards or backwards. Can you guys see the screen now? Once I switched over, you see me and the screen, I think. I just want to make sure you guys can see the words. So we can pick words from the bottom or the top, in the middle. They can go forwards, backwards. They can be pretty short. Yes, Pamela says we can see them. Okay, good. And we're just kind of practicing this first time. If it kind of looks like something we can keep doing, we'll do it another day. But we want to get rid of the letters that are going across this first row. So let me see if I can switch over there one more time. I'm trying to do this on one little screen. If I had 2 screens, it would be a lot easier. So you can see these letters right here. We want to try to get rid of those. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start it. And let's see. I'm going to watch for your comments. And we're going to start. We have 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. We should be able to get this. So you'll see what happens as we start to play. All right, clock is on. Do you see any words there that will help you? I see the word how right there. So if I light those up and hit enter, it disappears. See, so we need to get this all to drop down. If you see any other words, like I see B-U-M, see how it drops down? We need to get all the top row dropped down. Does anybody see any words that would help me? Let's see. There's I on row 3. Good. Up. I. Oh, yep. I. Yeah. See that? Yeah. So now we're just C. Where is that? Good job. C. Yeah. Anybody else goes here that would help us? No. It's getting harder now. 6 has none. Oh, good job. We need that one. Excellent. Perfect. Now we just got to get the O and S and we would finish. Got to get the O and the S. E, does that count? It has to be more than 2 letters. We made the first round. So we did it. We finished the first round. Now it's going to get a little more harder, a little more challenging. Level 2. Oh no, let's skip that. Now we have to get rid of 2 rows. 2 rows. Ads that are blinking all over our screen. Okay, does anybody see any words here that will help Ken out? Oh, what happened? We lost our music. Oh, there it is. Watching on phone, crazy. Yeah, it is hard on the phone, huh? I agree. Does anybody see any words here? Any words to help out Ken? The fourth row, Jane's got who. Okay, let's see. Where is that who? Fourth row, who? No, I don't see it, Jane. I don't see it. Second row has right. Ooh, where's right? Remember, they can go up or down or both ways to right on the second row. Gosh, I'm not seeing it. Right on the second row. Is that at the second row at the bottom? Oh gosh, I'm not doing good here. Toll. Who on the fourth row? Let's see. No, I'm not seeing that one. Fourth row. Oh, I am bombing out on this one. Too much pressure. Who else has got a second row is right. Second row. Gosh, I can't see that one. See, that's the problem. I can't see. Stands out to you guys, but for me, I'm not getting it. Oh. No. Let's see. No. I'm bombing on this one. I'm bombing on horizontal on the fourth. Oh, that'd be a good word if there was horizontal. A horizontal was on the fourth. Nope. I'm terrible, you guys. I am out of time. I don't know. How could I not see one word that whole time? And you guys are telling me words. Let me see if I can get myself back here to where you guys are. Oh, we want to stop that. Okay, I'm back. I think that one was a dud. What do you guys think? I think it's too hard to do because I'm here and you're there. Yeah, that was a hard screen to do. Okay, well, next week we'll probably go back to Family Feud, but I'll keep looking. I'll keep looking for some other fun stuff, yeah. Oh, I have a question for you. My screen, it was jumping all around the playing board. Was it jumping all around on your board? Was it jumping all around on your board? I think it's too hard too. Was the board moving all around like on mine? It was blinking and going crazy. Was it looking like that on your board too? Let me know. Okay. It was jumping. Yeah. The Family Feud one didn't do that. So we'll try, next week or maybe in a couple weeks, we'll try Family Feud again. But I will look for something that works a little bit better. I told you it was just a test, right? So no harm. We tried. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over now. Before we look at our cat. Ooh, there's a crazy looking cat here. Cat facts. Are you guys cat people? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not. I like cats except at nighttime when they don't want to sleep and I want to sleep. So here we go. Kittens have 26 baby teeth. Adults end up with 30. Look at that. That cat is kind of scary. So these are cat facts. House cats share 95% of their genetics makeup with tigers. Woo. Wow. I wouldn't want my cat to turn into a tiger. Cats can jump 5 times their own height. A house cat can run up to 30 miles an hour in a short distance. Wow. Cats are fast. When they rub their rear, this is kind of a weird one. Number 5, ever wonder why your feline friend would often put their rear in by your face? I probably don't want to know. This is actually a sign of trust in your cat, signaling that they feel safe and secure when they're rubbing a person. See how that cat is rubbing their leg or their bottom on your leg? That means they like you. Cats can have a dominant paw. So males usually favor their left paw. This is interesting. And female cats usually their right. Most cats have, and my sound's still working good, most cats have 18 toes. Wow. 5 on their front paws and 4 on each of their back. And I think sometimes they get this little bonus thing there. The oldest cat to ever live was Cream Puff, who lived to be 38 years. Way to go, Cream Puff. Oh, and 3 days. 38 years. That is a life for a cat. Cats have a whopping 32 muscles in their ears. I guess they are really sensitive to ears. Cats are nearsighted, but at nighttime they can see really good. The whiskers aren't just cute. It helps them to feel around, especially at night. So they're very sensitive. The whiskers can detect and respond to changes in their surroundings. Additionally, not only do cats have whiskers on the face, they also have a set of whiskers on the back of their front legs. I didn't know that. Here's a funny one. This must be the wealthiest cat in the world was Blackie. Blackie had $12.5 million. I guess the owner passed along some money to Blackie. Nice deal. Let's see. Oh, this will be our last fun fact. Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president, absolutely loved cats and would play with them for hours. He owned several cats during this time in the White House. Interesting. I think it's always our current presidents are always have dogs, right? But back in the day, if you're around with Abraham Lincoln, cats were a deal at the White House. Okay, enough with that. Again, sorry about the game. It was a dud. And I think the game would be fun, but I would have to play it just by myself, and maybe you guys would just have to play it by yourselves. It didn't work in the group setting, right? It didn't work as a group, but we tried. There's other games on there. They have like some crossword puzzles and stuff, which would be easier, but it's kind of nice to have the timer so you're racing against the clock. But the crossword puzzles I saw had like too many questions. We could never finish it. And, you want to keep it 2-minute, 5-minute game, maybe max. And the crosswords don't have timers. Maybe I'll find a crossword that has a timer. That would help us out. And so we can try that. So I'm going to take these dies over here and we're going to work with this for a second. Whoops. There we go. There's my machine. So again, this is our cat fold it. Make sure I have that all cleared off. Yes, I do. Okay. We have the 2 dies. This would be the main section for our die. This will create the fold it. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think I have some good cardstock for that. We're going to make the fold let's see. On our cat, we'll do it on the side this time. Let's do it on the side. So I take this is an 8.5 by 11. I fold it on the side. When I run this through the machine, this has to be just a little bit off the edge. Just a little bit off the edge to create our fold, okay? You could do the top. If your cardstock was this way, you could do the top, but we're going to do side this time, okay? And we will run it through there. Now, when we do this side, it creates, as I've said before, it makes a little bit of a weird straight line that we'll want to fix. We're going to run that through there. Just kind of make our base to the card. And that should cut through there. So there we have our base. That is our cat. Good so far. But you see that straight line, that's the goofy part, right? We got to fix that. How do we do that? We run this through one more time. This time, no fold, just straight on top here. This will create our cat without the straight line. And we'll add this to the front of that card base we just made, and it'll get rid of that. We don't want a cat with the straight line. That would be weird. Cats are fluffy and furry and all that kind of cool stuff, right? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I knew I was going to run out of batteries, you guys. I hope I wasn't talking for too long. Can you hear me? Let me know. Yes, yes, yes. All right, awesome. Thanks. I'm sorry about that. I warned you ahead of time that could happen. But I got my new batteries in there. And all right, let's go back to the table. Where were we? Where were we? Sorry about that. I was hoping I was going to make it through this episode, but I guess I went too long. Okie dokie, here we go. We're running this through. We're trying to fix this is a very boring cat, so we've got to add something to get some interest here. Oh, and I was going to show you one of those samples. Now, we'll run that through, and this will create we'll get our cat here. And, oops, it's kind of stuck there. There's our different pieces. And we would take this, I'm not going to fully decorate this, but you could just layer this on here. And we got to make sure that matches up. Now you see how it's come across in pieces. Let me show you some of I'm going to go back over and grab one or two of the card samples. Where are those cat card samples? I think they're over here. So you can see, where do we have that bouncy one? Oh yeah, that's the cool one. Let me show you these again here real quick. So when you die cut it, it does come in two pieces, and that's how it's supposed to work. The little head will pop off there, and so you can kind of layer it. Well, to show you, since it's in two pieces, you can give it that wobbly look like that. Or you could just have it go slightly over. This is almost right even, but our designer added a little pop-up under there to add a little extra interest. And then it can just be flat too. And you can shade and it'll really add some extra interest. So I did that earlier this morning. I had the top. So here, you have your just white cat, fine, but it's just doing a little shading, and my shading is not that exciting or anything. But if you just add that to that, it really makes a difference if you just shade the edges of your cat just a little bit. So let's see if I wanted to do a pop-up dot. I'm not going to go too much further with this card, but just to give you an idea. Oh, what did I do with my scissors? Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Well, I'm just going to tear off a little piece here. This is not ideal, but I did have a pair of scissors that have disappeared. So you know what? I guess I did lose something today. I was doing so good. But the scissors, I didn't use the scissors today, but somehow, either yesterday or today, earlier, the scissors did not stay on my work table here. I've been getting the store ready for next week, so it's possible that I used it somewhere. So I'm just going to go ahead and just add a little pop-up there. Doesn't have to be perfect. We don't want it to show through there. And so you would just kind of add this real close. And again, I just did a little bit of shading, and you can add that like that. And so it gives a little bit of depth, a little bit of extra interest. It's not quite as flat as this. This looks fine because the designer shaded it, but then you'll go back and you'll add your little eyes in there. You would have to run this die through the, where is it now? Now I'm losing everything. That I said I wasn't losing stuff. Anyhow, you would run the die through that just to cut out the head, the nose, and you could add the pink and the black in there. You could get your whiskers with a little bit of color, but just that little extra shading. You even see how there's some shading here in the center around the edges. Really makes a lot of difference. Again, example, just white. But if you want to go just that little extra step, this could work on any of your lighter colors. You could shade, and that kind of gets you going with your cat folded. Okay, and that would kind of layer right in just like that. But again, I used the pop-up dot. I could add some more in there. I keep saying pop-up dot, but for us it's adhesive foam, and that would just give that little extra depth. Let me show you if there's one here. Oh, again with this one. So the depth is from the spring, the wobble, which is really nice. But if you don't want the motion, you can also create this, cause this to stand up by using, this is our adhesive sheets right there. You'll just cut a little square there, a couple of them, and add it right in behind, and then you'll get that little extra depth. So there you go. That's the Fold It. These are the nice, super fun samples that we have, and they're on the website. And where's the one I made? Kind of the plain old face there on that one. And then with just a little bit of shading, stepping it up one more level, you can do a little shading there, and that will make things more interesting as well. Of course, you wouldn't want, maybe your nose could be that color, but your eyes, you probably want to have some black eyes, a black mouth. You can just kind of piece that all together. All right. That's the Stamps of Life Fold It Club, not Fold It Club. Why do I say Fold It Club? No, that is the Stamps of Life. That is our A2 cat Fold It. All right, we're wrapping that up. We're having fun here, I think. Yes. Who said, Quilty said, yes, that does happen. Scissors run away. And this was a big pair of scissors. So I actually think I saw them in the other room, our front room. I was sorting out cards and I saw a pair of scissors there. How the scissors got there, I do not know. I do not know, but they did. Okay, let's see. We are moving on to, I can go ahead and close that one out. The game was a dud today. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to try to share this screen. This will have, if you have your Bible with you, I am going to go into Matthew chapter 25, do a short overview. This is almost down to Jesus' last teaching while he was here on earth. So we're getting to the end of his life, Matthew chapter 25. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, and see if I can pick up the screen that we want to show you, because there's a long passage that we'll kind of want to read it together. It is more than I can make a little slide for. So we are in, let's see, what can I do? Media, get rid of that. We are in, if you want to go to Matthew chapter 25, this will be the part that we kind of focus on here in just a minute. We'll come back to that. And as we get started in this chapter, Matthew chapter 25, we want to, and I think I can get that to go up there as well. Matthew chapter 25, we're hoping that God will speak to us, and so we want to hear from him. As we start off the chapter, Matthew chapter 25, there is a couple of parables, but then it kind of changes towards the end, starting in verse 31, where it seems like Jesus is not telling a parable, but something that might actually take place one day. So parables are kind of stories that maybe are familiar, everyday life things for us that are familiar to us, that we can connect to our lives. And Jesus would often teach using stories called parables in order to get the attention of the listeners. So we're in chapter 25, the first few verses. Well, before we even get started, a question for you. Now, this is something to think about. You don't have to add to the chat, but if you want to think about this, this is a question for you and for me. My question is, are we looking for ways to serve people around us? Serve people like the hungry, the thirsty, the people without clothes, the prisoners, the sick? Are we looking for ways to care for the people who are around us? Now, what's important about this is God really cares about these kind of people. You might have people around you who are hurting or going through difficult times, and God really cares about them, and he loves them, and he's interested in them. Now, I know myself, I think some of the time I overlook these people, and that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So that is the question for each of us. Are we looking for ways to care for the people around us who are in need? Again, this is just an answer, something you can think about personally. Ask yourself, am I looking out for other people, caring for the people who are in need, reaching out for people who are going through difficult times? And our passage that we'll be looking back, it's going to be kind of connected to that. So we'll get to that in just a minute. So starting in verse 1, there's this parable about there's going to be a wedding, And weddings were a big deal in Bible times. They would last several days. You didn't know when the wedding would actually start. You had a kind of general idea. It was up for the guests to be ready and prepared. It was going to be kind of like a surprise. You kind of had a general idea when it was going to be, but you never knew the exact time. So it says this is the parable of the wise and foolish virgins. They are a part of this wedding. There's 5 wise and 5 foolish. The 5 wise are ready and prepared for the wedding. The 5 foolish are not. It says the bridegroom comes and he says, hey, it's time for the wedding. The 5 wise ones go in, the door is shut, and the 5 foolish ones are left out. So basically, they're not ready. They're not prepared. That's the basic teaching is there. Be ready, be prepared. You don't know what day. We talked about this last week. We don't know what day we're going to meet the Lord, when he's going to call us home. The idea is to be ready. So that is the key part there for our first section. And then we go down to another parable. This is the parable of the talents, it's called. And it's talents, as far as talents were a form of money back in this time. So there's this master. And he gives his servants a different amount of money, and they were to go and do something for the master with what he has given them. They call it talents here, this form of money. And the master goes away, and then he comes back, and all of the servants have to come to him and give account. The first one, he had 5. He started with 5, and he went out and invested it. He did business, and he says, hey, Lord, I now have 10 talents for you. And the master says, good job. Well done. The next servant has 2 talents, and he comes back and he says, I have 4 now, master. The 2 you gave me to start with, I've made 4. And the master says, well done. But the third servant, he had 1 he was given, and it says, I was afraid of you, master, so I went and I took the talent and I buried it. Here it is back. And the master was not happy with this guy. And he basically gets in a lot of trouble for not being a good servant. For us, God gives us and blesses us with talents, abilities, finances, material things, maybe abilities, all these different things. How are we invested in these things that God gives to us? How are we using them for his kingdom? That is what we want to think about. There's going to be a time we have to give an account to God. He's entrusted us with a lot. We're his servants. He's going to ask us, what did you do, guys, with all that I entrusted to you? So we have to answer for that one day. So let's not waste it. Let's go out and do something good with what God has given us. Okay. And then last, we want to focus on verse 31 to 48. And I'm going to try to find this here on my screen so we can read it together, because there's kind of a lot to read, not a lot to discuss, but you'll get the gist of the story. This could be really real, what is going to happen one day. So we really want to get prepared for this. So I'm going to try to share this and see if I can show. There it is. Okay, that should work. Do you guys see the Bible here with me? Am I showing? Okay, there we are. Good. I hope that shows up large enough for you. So I'm going to read this, and we are starting in verse 31. It's titled, The Son of Man Will Judge the Nations. So this could be something, it doesn't sound like it's parable anymore, but this is something that could really be happening. It says, when the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the holy angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory, and all the nations, so that's all the people, will be gathered before him, and he will separate them one from another, as a shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. And he will set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. The king, that's Jesus, will say to those on his right hand, come, you blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food, and I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. The righteous will answer him, the ones who were separated to the right, the sheep, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? When did we see you a stranger and take you in, or naked and clothe you? Or when did we see you sick or in prison and come to you? And the king will answer and say to them, as surely I say to you, as much as you did it to one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it for me. And then those on the left, the goats, Depart from me, he said, you cursed, into the everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not take me in. Naked, and you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. Then they will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison and did not minister to you? And then he will answer them, saying, assuredly, I say to you, and as much as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it for me. And these will go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous will enter into eternal life. So there's a lot there, especially if this is a real story. What we want to note is what I think is important. It seems like there is a judgment of people here. Now, if we're Christians and we're following God, this doesn't seem like the judgment on whether to get into heaven or not. This could be a different judgment. It's hard to tell exactly, because we know that whether we're allowed into heaven or we're separated from God forever is not based on the works that we do. Now, here there are definitely works being spoken about. And I do believe that God has the expectations that we're going to do good works. Now, our works, we talked about, our works don't make us right with God, right? They don't make us right with God, but our works are a sign that we have a connection and a relationship with Jesus. So there should be evidence that we are connected to God. So here's this verse that I found in James that kind of reminds me of what we're talking about. So again, our works don't save us, but it should show some evidence. So if you had your Bible and you looked at James chapter 2, verse 18, James is talking about faith and works, but he says, but someone will say, you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. What's James saying? He's saying, if you have faith in the Lord, there's got to be some works to go along with it. Excuse me. Now, do our works, let me switch back over to me. Do our works make us right with God? No. Or, excuse me. Do our works cause us, again, to be right with God or to earn his favor or anything like that? No. But should there be evidence that there are good works in our life? Yes. And so based on this story, there is going to be an account that we are going to have to give one day. Let me make sure I have this right. So, Jesus has given us this, he laid out this instruction for us right here, right? The Lord, he says, you've got to go out and you've got to serve these people who are in need, these people who are hurting. And he says, when you do that towards these people who are in a difficult situation, you help the sick, you feed the poor, you give a drink to somebody, you visit a prisoner. He says that when you do it to them, it's like you do it for me. So Jesus laid out this instruction. Are we going to go out and do it? God has given us this instruction. Are we going to go out and do what the Lord has asked us to do? Are we going to do some of these works? Again, back to, it's not a matter of, if you're a Christian, that you will be kept out of heaven if you fail to do some of these things, but that as for a Christian, if we're following God, there should be works like this as evidence in our lives. Does that kind of make sense? Now, we know that God one day will reward us for all the good things that we have done for him. And our ability to enjoy heaven, or maybe the position that we hold for all of eternity, the authority that God gives us as we rule with him and his kingdom, is all based on the works that we did while we lived this life here on earth. So that is a pretty daunting and big thing to think about. That however you live your life here and whatever you do for God in this life, He's going to reward you for it in all of eternity. That's great. But also know that we're going to miss out on some things in heaven and some things that God wants for us, and some positions or some authorities, or however our experience in heaven, because we might have failed to do some of these things here on earth. So as we talked about, the things that we do here on earth impact eternity. Think about that. And I know there's some time I catch myself, gosh, I'm wasting my time on some things that are really not that important. And I'm spending or wasting time or energy on things that really don't matter. So let's check ourselves. Am I living with eternity in mind? Am I serving God right now, here and now, doing these things that the Lord talked about in this passage? Or am I missing out on some of these opportunities? Now, we're not going to get it all right. We're not going to be perfect. Lord, help us, right? Help us to be more like you. Help us to care for the people who are around us. Sometimes we overlook them, we forget about them, we get too busy for them, but God cares about them. And so then it kind of becomes our responsibility to do the same thing. Great news that God will reward us for the good things we did. Awesome. But if we fail to do some of these things, we're going to miss out on even more that God wanted for us. So just give it some thought. I thought that was real important, that even when we think about just little small things that we can do for God and for his kingdom, really mean a lot for him, because God is really into people. People like you, people like me, people who are different than us, people from around the world. God really cares about all of them. And so it's up for us to kind of do that as well. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. I think we are going to wrap it up. We've been going long. Yes, you just can't get to that hour thing, but I hope you're having a great day and you had a good time. If you want to read along again with us, we did Matthew 25 today. We'll be in 26 next week. Now, just a few more chapters to go there. If you're following along with the Stamps of Life this week, we'll have Stephanie's Crafting Corner on Thursday. And we don't have any other special things, I think. Oh, Friday night, there will be our new 15th of the month items will be on the website, and the card kit will come out. So that will be awesome. There will be a lot of good stuff there. So you'll want to check that out. Did I miss anything that else I didn't want to say? I have a few notes here. We did our good news segment. We talked about caring for other people and serving other people. Oh, that's the most, I hope, of all the things we learned. That we did our Fold It Die and our Sundae stamp. Yeah, I think we covered it all. We talked about the fun stuff on the website. Don't forget, we have that special promotion where if you have a friend who wants to sign up, you can get $10 gift card for them and for you. So there's something special that is happening. And I think that is it. I've got trying to get the store ready to go here for next week. So I'm going to get back to doing that. And that's going to be a wrap. I will try to get a better game for next week, one that works and is not crazy blinking around. I think that was part of the problem. Or maybe we'll go 2 weeks. Maybe we'll skip a week without games because we're kind of running too long here. Okay, that's it. Have a wonderful day. God bless each and every one of you. And I will see you next week for Take Two Tuesday and Crafting Corner this coming Thursday. And have a great week. I'll see you all soon. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.